Your client's just got a direct line to Claude. And if you're still selling basic bookkeeping and reporting, you should be paying very close attention right now. Let's get into it. Intuit and Anthropic announced a multi-year partnership this week that puts QuickBooks, TurboTax, Credit Karma, and MailChimp inside Claude through MCP integrations. Rolling out spring of 2026, your clients, mid-market business owners, will be able to build custom AI agents with their own financial data. No technical expertise required. And the demo they showed? Connect a spreadsheet of transactions, use Intuit's invoicing tools, and generate a pay-enabled invoice, all inside Claude, no accountant in the loop. Now here's the thing. This is actually good news. We've been talking about the AI and the gaps problem for weeks. The fact that your core platforms are black boxes for external AI. We need more integrations like this. Every door that opens between financial platforms and AI tools is a step forward. But the question is depth. Xero's MCP was first to market, and the options are limited. No ability to see statement data, no way to reconcile transactions in any meaningful way. If Intuit follows the same pattern, this will be useful for an individual business owner doing basic financial tasks through Claude. But for an accounting firm trying to use this at scale, it's probably not practical. The difference between look up my last quarter's revenue and reconcile these 400 transactions against the GL, flag the exceptions, and draft the client communication, that's the difference between a consumer feature and a practice tool. Either way, the practice encroachment signal is clear. When your clients can connect QuickBooks to Claude and pull their own reports, ask their own questions, generate their own invoices, the advisory conversation changes. We're going to go much deeper on this in a story later this week, so stay tuned. Okay, so here's the second story, and it's a big pattern. In a single week, OpenAI announced they're merging ChatGPT, Codex, and their Atlas browser into one desktop Superapp. Anthropic launched Dispatch. You send instructions from your phone, and Claude executes tasks on your desktop autonomously. And Google rebuilt AI Studio with full-stack vibe coding. Lovable, which hit $100 million in annual recurring revenue in a single month, expanded from code generation into data analysis, deck building, and marketing. Cursor shipped Composer 2 at frontier performance for 50 cents per million input tokens. Claude Code added Telegram and Discord channels. Ed Sim captured it perfectly. He said, when shipping costs near zero, every company becomes every company. The real question for your practice and for mine isn't which tool is winning. It's what happens to the tools you're already using. The product you chose 6 months ago may not be the same product 6 months from now. Not because it failed, but because it became something else entirely. OpenAI is consolidating into one app. Anthropic is making Claude extensible enough that the ecosystem builds itself around it. Google is turning their AI Studio into a development platform. Different starting points, but same destination. So tool loyalty is a losing strategy. The only durable advantage is the structured context that you've built. Your client knowledge, your SOPs, your firm-specific rules, your encoded corrections. Those are yours regardless of which platform runs them. The tool-specific configurations, they don't survive a pivot. Invest in context engineering, not vendor relationships. Now here's the part that should get every practice owner thinking. Jeff Bezos is in early talks to raise $100 billion. $100 billion. To acquire companies in chipmaking, defense, and aerospace and rebuild them with AI. The fund is tied to Project Prometheus, an AI startup that Bezos co-founded last November, focused on AI that understands the physical world. Launched with $6.2 billion. Bezos isn't adding AI to existing operations. He's buying entire companies and rebuilding them. This is bolt-on versus rebuild that we talk about at industrial scale. For CAS practices like ours, this raises a question nobody's asking yet. If AI-driven operational transformation starts reshaping manufacturing, defense, and industrial companies, and the capital says that it will, when does that cascade reach the mid-market businesses that you and I serve? And here's the one that might keep you up tonight. If the market starts pricing in AI transformation potential when valuing businesses, your clients' valuations may be shifting faster than annual assessments reflect. And your own firm's valuation may be part of that reassessment. The practices that can demonstrate AI integrated operations and advisory capability will be worth more. The ones that can't will be worth less. The capital is moving. Now, for a few quick hits. Per seat SaaS pricing dropped from 21% to 15% of companies in 12 months. Hybrid pricing surged from 27 to 41%. Now, we've covered this SaaS battle before. The same economic logic applies to your services. If you still price per hour and AI cuts your delivery time by 60%, you're either cutting your own revenue or charging for work you didn't do. The pricing pivot isn't optional. It's arithmetic. Now, the White House released a national AI legislative framework on March 20th. Federal preemption of state AI laws, no new regulatory body, regulatory sandboxes, streamlined data center permitting. If you caught our government risk article 2 weeks ago, you're ahead of this. The 78 state AI bills and the federal preemptive battle we covered just got formalized. The direction is clear. The federal government wants to clear the path for AI adoption, not restrict it. And this one's interesting. Anthropic just released the largest qualitative AI user study ever. 80,508 participants across 159 countries. The number one fear isn't job loss at 22.2%. It's unreliability at 26.7%. People are afraid that AI will be wrong and they won't catch it. Now, that fear is valid, but it's aimed at the wrong target. AI fails the same way your staff does. Pattern matching that stops looking, reasoning that doesn't follow through, edge case blindness where material errors concentrate. You've managed these failure modes in human employees your entire career. The difference is a correction you make to a human has to be retrained, remembered, and transferred. A correction you make to AI becomes a permanent rule. Now, we've got a lot more to say on this one, so stay tuned this week. Now, here's the pattern across everything this week. The platforms are converging, the capital is moving, and the regulatory path is clearing. And 80,000 people just told us what they value most is exactly what a well-trained CAS professional provides. The judgment to know when AI is wrong and the accountability to stake your name on the output. The durable advantages aren't tools, pricing models, or regulatory protection. They're context, judgment, and the willingness to rebuild before you're forced to. If you want to start building that context right now, regardless of which AI tool you're using, download the free AI in the Gaps Toolkit. 100 workflow suggestions across 20 categories, scored by effort and impact. The link is in the description. Pick 3 of them, then pick 3 more. We'll see you later in the week.